Welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, the best kept secret in YouTube. Hey, welcome, y'all. To my channel, the underrated darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one. I mean, wow. Let me go this again. Welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. That's what I am. We're going to do a special live about the late, great, marvelous Marvin Hagler. He had passed away not too long ago. And what I'm gonna do, that anybody that wants to get on and talk about the great Marvin Hagler, let me know. I will not send the link through the chat. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just let me know. Um, if I have your email or your telephone number, I'll send it through the link. That's how we going to do it. Let me read this first before we continue. Come enjoy real conversation with the underrated one. Us as the righteous ones, individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine be there for each other. We all we got. Remember that, y'all. We all we got. Let me get this off. Okay. So again, um this special live for the late great Marvin Hagler, undisputed middleweight champion throughout the 80s, believe from 1980 to 87. Um when he was a great champion, man. Great champion, you know. But sad news is shout out to Brother Sheed, Brother Tone, and Brother Go Professor. You know? Middleweight champ. Mm. Um, this from ESP. In fact, matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the chat while I continue. Okay, before I read this off. See. Hold on, family. Um, there goes the link right there. Hmm. There goes the link right there. Hold on, family. Okay. All right. I'm back, family. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. There goes the link right there. Mm. Nope. That's not it. Hold on, family. Hold on. Just be patient with me. And I get to y'all in a few seconds. Get to y'all in a few seconds. Alright. We got this off. Mm. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna read the story. Then we can keep this going. Okay. This story came from ESPN. That's in the chat. This ESPN says Marvin Hagler, middleweight boxing great, died at 66. Um, Daniel Carter Martin reads the news that Marvin Hagler died Saturday at the age 66. Marvin Hagler stopped Thomas Hearns, and the fight lasted less than 8 minutes. Was so epic that it still live in boxing lore. And the late great Marvin Hagler, he respect Thomas Hearns, as we know. Thomas Hearns went on, have a great career. After that, I might do a story about Thomas Hearns one day. Never know. All right. 2 years later, Hagler was so disgusted after losing decision. Sugar Ray Leonard stole claim by the judge that he never fought again. One of the great middleweights boxing history, Hagler died Saturday at the age 66. His wife Kay announced his death on the Facebook page for Hagler fans. I am so sorry to make a very sad announcement, she wrote. Today, unfortunately, my beloved husband, Marvelous Marvin, passed away unexpectedly at his home here in New Hampshire. Our family requests that you respect our privacy during this difficult time. Hagler fought on boxing's biggest stage against biggest names as he Leonard, Hearns, Roberto Duran dominate the middleweight classes during the golden times for boxing in the 80s. Quietly, with a broader public personnel, Hagler fought 67 times over 14 years as a pro out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Outstanding record, finished 62, only 3 losses, 2 no counts, with 52 knockout. If they can cut my boy head open, they will find me big boxing glove. Hagler once said, "That's all I am. I live I live in." Hagler was unmistakably in the ring, fighting out of a southpaw stance with his bald head glistening in the lights. He was relentlessly and he was vicious, stopping opponents at opponent during an 8-year run began with a dispute draw against Vito Attuone. I remember that fight too in '79 that he later avenged. Yeah, he avenged it all right. Hagler fought with a portable chip on a portable chip on his shoulder, convincing that boxing fans and promoters alike didn't give him a proper due. He was so upset that he wasn't introduced before a 1982 fight by his nickname Marvelous that he went to court to legal change his name. He was certainly one of the greatest middleweights ever, but one of the greatest people that I ever been around. And promoter Bob Arum said he was a real man, loyal, and just fantastic person. Any doubt Hagler wasn't indeed marvelous were e- erased on a spring night in 1985. He and Hearns met in one of the era's biggest middleweight clashes outdoors at Cedar Palace in Las Vegas. When the open bell rang, they traded punches for 3 minutes in the opening round, many considered the best in boxing history. Hagler would go on to stop Hearns in the third round, crumble him to the canvas with a barrage of punches, even a blood poured out of a large gash of his forehead that nearly caused the referee to stop the fight early in the round. When they stopped the fight to look at the cut I realized that they might be playing games, and I wasn't going to let them take that title away. Hagler said later on. It was a scary feeling, I thought. Why are they stopping this fight? I didn't realize I was bleeding. I wasn't. It wasn't in my eyes. Then I knew I had to destroy this guy. Aaron told Hagler simply willing himself to victory over her, whose big fight hand was feared in the division, but couldn't keep Hagler at bay. That was an unbelievable fight, Aaron said. Probably the greatest ever. Well, I could go on and everything, but the links, the story that I'm reading from, it's in the link. The link is in the chat. Um, but he was a great one, a great one. He was a man's man. He was a man's man. Did not take no junk from anybody. Always come to fight. Always believe he's a people's champion. You know. Um. So saying about Marvin Hagler is he didn't duck anybody. Bayu, Bunny Talk, thank you. Thanks for coming. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you. You know, when you talk about a black man that stand up, that's marvelous Marvin Hagler. Very, very aware of things what's going on. He don't get the credit he deserves. Very smart, very articulating. Can talk to you about any issue, anything that's going on. You know, he was very big to talk up of past fighters. He was very big at doing that. Always give them they due. And throughout the years that he fought, they never, the boxing um media never gave him his due. And he fought the best and he beat the best, and they jerked him. And he said the only way that I could win, I got to win with these. He talking about his hands because he felt they wasn't giving him no break, and they wasn't as they do today. Hey, money boy films, what's going on? How you feel? And I remember when he fought Alan Minter. This is back in 1980. I believe it's in England. And he don't fight just southpaw. He fought orthodox too. He fought both stances very well. But there no people see most of the time. Um, you know, they think it's southpaw, but he fought you know he most of the time he fought in the southpaw. But I remember I seen the fight on TV, and I'm saying he beat him so bad that after that he didn't really enjoy. He win the fight, win the championship. They was throwing things at his head. They actually covered him, throwing beer bottles at him. Man, racism was back then too in boxing. They don't think it was back in 1980, but it was. And I remember when I see that fight because I remember I was 14. I was going on 14, or I was 14. I don't remember the month of 1980 that he fought. But what what got to me that it goes to anybody, you it could be any person that nah, I can't do this no more. But he kept on pushing, you know, and he went on a streak that no, I don't think anybody would ever break. Undisputed for 7 years. And it's art and style. What's good? Jay Shar randoms. I'm gonna send y'all if y'all want to get on. Y'all, I'm gonna send y'all a link. Yeah. Um. So matter of fact, we're gonna do it like this. I change my mind. I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna put it in the chat this time. I said I was gonna send it through, but you know. So here goes the link. Anybody that wants to get on the panel, here it is right there. Like my late mother said, there it is. There it is right there. Anybody that wants to get on the panel, there goes the link right there in the chat. One on wing. But and he went on for big names and beat them. He had defend the title. Despite all the injustices, throughout boxing, they throw at the late great marvelous Marvin Hagler. He stand firm. People's champion, man. People's champion. So anybody that wants to join, that wants to talk about this great man, feel free. Be respectable. And that's what I'm saying. So anybody that wants to join, feel free. There's the link right there. You know? Yeah, Warriors, right. Like the link is right there that wants to join. Okay. Oh, everybody pop up, bang. Holla, holla,
What's
holla.
up, JT? What's
What's
good? The
good?
number one grinder.
That's right. The one and only. I tell you, my grind don't stop. Oh man, who's
Oh shit,
this?
my bad. What's up, family?
What's
What's up,
good?
Jay
Oh, you
Sean?
know.
What's up,
What's
brother?
up?
What's
What's
up,
up,
Art?
Tone? What's good, Butch? What's
Hello.
good, JT? Art
What's good?
Nostrils.
Hold that door. Who are
All
you,
right.
bro? P God, who's that?
Hey, what's up?
Who's this?
It's me, Carlos. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do I know you?
Wait, no. I just wanted to hop on the show, man. Why are you guys getting all confrontational for? I heard the
Uh-oh.
calm
Here
down,
we go.
dude. Come
No,
on.
no.
I want to talk
It's
about
the,
Marvin. I love Marvin Hagler, dude.
but I'm
You
just
want to talk
saying
about
that
it? Yeah. Go ahead.
it ain't. Oh, no, this is my channel, so I run my channel the way I want to. So I gotta ask you a question: who are you? You just cannot come up here and say, "I just want to talk about." You just want to get smart at me. I don't run my channel that
No,
way.
and I respect that. I'm not trying to get smart or anything. I'm just trying to talk to you, dude. I'm interested in your channel. I love your content. Can I talk to you? You don't have to go. I don't have to hear the back talk. And all this. This is why people don't
No,
like
this is
coming
my
on to
channel.
you. To Man, you guys are too pro black, bro. You guys are too.
It's not program. I just had goodbye. Okay, go ahead, Jay Sean. You ain't gonna tell me how to run my channel. You crazy? Fuck you talking
I
about?
saw it coming. I saw it
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead,
you
It's your
brother.
got
show.
you got you got
It's your
fans,
show.
JT.
No, but see, he came on one time and he cursed at me.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I ain't know
Oh,
that. Yeah, I ain't know that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what pro black got to do with what just happened,
Right, go
you
ahead.
know what? But I am pro black, so I
Exactly,
look,
man.
I'm black, damn it. You know what I mean? I ain't afraid to say that. But
It,
RP to the great Marvin Hagler. You know,
hmm.
as an '80s kid, I watched those Titans fight in the '80s, man, and that era was sick.
Mm-hmm.
With Duran and Hearns and Leonard. I'm talking about these cats used to fight wars, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of fighting, we just ain't seen that in a
Yeah.
long time.
That's true.
I mean, these
Hey, I
guys
was a
put
little
on
kid.
shows.
Her
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay Sean. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, no, hey, Tone, what year were you born, boss? Just curious.
Man, I was born in '86.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
so you was a young kid. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a little kid. Yeah. I remember.
I
I
was
remember
born. I
the
was born in
90s.
70. I was born in 77,
Yeah.
so I was to hang out with the old heads drinking their little malt liquor, drinking their Guinness stouts, and they watching the fights.
Yeah.
You know, and I was
Yeah.
sitting with them watching the fights. You know, with the old heads.
True.
And look, man, I'll tell anybody right now, if you want to know what we talking about, just go to YouTube and YouTube those fights, man. That's the greatest thing about this era is that you can go back and look at what we're talking about.
Hagler Hearns.
Hagler Hearns, Leonard wasn't really his best fight, you know what I mean? Because Leonard kind of smoked him. Um,
Look at
Duran,
Hagler Hearns. That's the epic. That's probably one of the most.
yeah, the greatest fight he ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It was more
fight
for
was like
Leonard than
Rocky,
him.
the movie. You know what I mean? That was like ridiculous. The shots they would giving each other in that fight was nuts. You know what I mean? They were trying to kill each other in that ring. Duran, that was a brutal fight. Look, man, just go to YouTube and watch Hagler Hearns, and then watch Hagler fights. From that point on, you see what we're talking about.
Jerry curl was knocked around. His hair was you knew he hit hard. But his head, that curl was moving in the opposite direction when that contact. He was like, he hit that dude hard. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
And it was constant, dude. I was like, wow, but Hearns is hanging in there, boy.
Yeah, Hearns
That
was
was a
he was
brutal
giving
fight,
it back
man.
too, man. I think Hearns is punch drunk for like half the fight, man.
Yeah,
When you look at his eyes, man, his eyes was just glassy. He was just like, whatever he when he got hit one time, it just like he got stuck in fight mode. He was just fighting,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like he was, like he was punch drunk the whole half the fight, man. Like that shit was brutal, man.
Hearns was always in his mode. He was always strong,
Yeah.
I was a little kid, but I remember him. I remember. Yeah.
And then when you finish watching Hearns and Hagler, you gotta watch Hearns and Leonard too.
That was a test for Leonard because people thought that he wasn't in the same class,
Right.
So he had to gain weight and step it up. So he was, because Hagler's going to be Hagler, but he had to prove himself through Hagler.
Yeah, he was a smoking Joe Frazier of his time, of his era, straight up hard hitting, body shot taking, body shot giving, hard nosed fighter, one of a kind.
Hey,
yeah, because I was in high school at that time. Somebody tried to fight me over that fight because I was right. I said he gonna, I was like Leonard gonna knock, Leonard gonna beat him, blah blah. So the next day the dude wanted to fight me because I was right. I'll never forget that. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask the question: who do y'all think is the greatest fighter of all time? I'm gonna say the heavyweight class and the featherweight class. Who do y'all think are the best
my
fighters?
favorite is Muhammad Ali. Maybe I'm being biased, but my favorite has always been Muhammad Ali.
He was nice. Y'all older than me. He was
tough,
though.
Man.
Yeah.
Heavyweight is tough. Muhammad Ali is definitely. I got to do top threes, man. I can't do the greatest.
Yeah, my next one be Tyson.
Yeah, because it's different type of fighters, you know what I mean? And they fight different eras and they fight different type of styles, and Tyson is like, what Tyson did wasn't, that shit was crazy. The 80s was nuts, man. I feel sorry for y'all that didn't experience the 80s. I'm talking from music to fighting to basketball. This shit was just nuts. We were thoroughly, we had Titans on the court, Titans on the field of football, Titans in the ring. The 80s was, oh man. So what Tyson did was we never seen it before. The way he was a knockout artist, man.
In the 70s too.
Yeah.
The 70s was brutal. Shit. 15 rounds too?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the 15-round fights.
Now it's 12. Right. Now it's 12 rounds.
Yeah,
right.
10 and 12 now, yeah. But back in the day, they used to do 15 rounds, yeah. They used to do that like them Rocky style fights for real. And
I'm like, woo.
That's why a lot of people call Muhammad Ali the greatest, because he was definitely in that era. They didn't have the sports medicine like they have now. You know what I mean?
Right.
They didn't have any protocols like they had, later on. You know what I mean? These are just guys back in the day, just get in the ring. And that was it. I think the biggest upgrade in the 60s was when Muhammad Ali came in. And he was able to, he was able to was a mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece.
A mouthpiece, and I think they changed the glove.
The head guard too, probably. Yo.
Yeah, but I think I'm talking. Technology wise, I think all they had was the mouthpiece, and I think they changed the gloves. They started adding more padding to the gloves in the 60s. That was it. You know what I mean? But I was outside of that. All those doctors coming in to check on you and all that. Nah, man, that shit didn't exist in Muhammad Ali's era. And so with him and Joe Frazier getting in the ring, they beat each other up for 15 rounds, man. You know what I mean?
That's real man fighting, man. 15 rounds. That's all I just going to say. Yeah, that's a real fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So Muhammad Ali is definitely one of the greatest, man. But Tyson's right there, and the third person I will put into that category. I might not like it, but I got to put
better not be no white boy.
I was going to put my man. A lot of people don't like this guy. They sleep on this guy. They forget about him. But I like Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis, nice.
Man, I wasn't impressed with him. To be honest, I'll be the oddball.
I know a lot of people say that, but technically, he was one of the greatest fighters. Technically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Technically, I mean, he was a machine. His angles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he squared, people up. Him and Stewart was a perfect fit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay Shine, on Lewis, man, because Lewis, he was a knockout artist, really. But I get it. He not the best all-around fighter all the time, but when he needed to get that knockout or whatever, just when the punching match, he was okay.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about him, man. You got Holyfield. Yeah. Holyfield was a warrior too. He was a Hagler type of fighter.
I was more into Big Daddy. I was Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe.
I was more.
Yeah, but Riddick Bowe would never stay in shape though, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when he first came in.
I went to church with his wife. I knew his wife.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she went to the United House of Prayer. I grew up in the United House of Prayer. Daddy Grace Church, Daddy McCullough, and all of them. Yeah, I grew up in that church. Yeah, so I grew up in that Pentecostal church, and she was in that church. Yeah, Brooklyn #1. You know what I mean? So, his wife, the light-skinned chick with the glasses, that's Riddick Bowe's wife. So I met Riddick Bowe twice as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, but he just never stayed in shape though, man. Riddick Bowe was the truth. I mean,
he was talented.
Skill, talent was that dude was raw boxing, but he would never stay in shape, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had his chance. I mean, I think a lot of these people emerged when Tyson got arrested, in my opinion, because I think a lot of people were kind of like in the shadows a little bit, but people deny it. But I think after he got arrested, he wasn't the same, and people started using the fact. They try to make it look like he was in his prime after he got out. I'm like, hell no, this dude was depleted, in my opinion.
All right, so to Tone's question, Art.
I'm back.
Let's move to the middleweights.
Middleweights.
Y'all didn't ask me what's the best. You asked me, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, JT, Tone asked who was the greatest of all time, and I said we have to put that shit weight. We got to put that shit in weight classes. You know what I mean?
I can give you three right now. Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson. No, I'm saying Muhammad. No, well, Muhammad Ali. I can say Muhammad Ali. No, I'm gonna put Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sonny Liston. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And people ain't gonna like what I said, but I'm gonna say this. Thomas Hearns, because he's the first person that won five. Matter of fact, 6 different weight classes, unheard of, and he did that late on his career.
Didn't old boy do that shit?
Okay.
Didn't old boy do that shit? What's his face?
Sugar Ray Leonard?
No, not Sugar Ray Leonard, man. The dude he fought around the time of Hopkins. Dark-skinned dude with the bald head.
Tarver. Antonio Tarver?
No, not Tarver. He couldn't stay in shape neither, but he was awesome. He was an ill fighter.
That's the truth. The truth or something like that. That's his name.
Oh man, damn, I'm having a brain crack. I got his face in my head.
Is that the one that got clowned by what's his name? Roy Jones? James,
Go
hold on,
ahead.
James Toney.
Nah. James Toney.
James Toney.
James Toney.
No.
James Toney. Didn't
Nah.
James Toney fight in 6 weight classes?
No. He did it 3.
The 3?
3.
Only 3?
Yes.
You right?
Also, no.
Right.
But
I don't
James
remember.
Toney,
JT might be right.
but I'm gonna tell you though.
Mhm.
Now, but I'm gonna tell you, James Toney is very underrated. Now let's put it out there.
Yeah,
You got to put him in an all-time great. But did he yield one more tires than hers? No.
All right, so you're right. See, this is what I thought. So I thought he did middleweight, super middleweight, and cruiserweight. I thought he did heavyweight too.
He did for heavyweight, but he didn't win the title.
I think he tried. Yeah.
He tried. He didn't win the title. But he did for heavyweight.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he fought in multiple weight classes. You talking about championships and weight classes? I got you.
That's what I'm talking about.
So Tommy Hearns won 6 titles in 6 weight classes. I didn't know that.
6 different weight classes. Yes.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy.
Hearns was nice. Yeah,
that's unheard of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he did it later on his career. Because see, if you think of Sugar Ray Leonard had a better first part of career than Hearns, but Hearns had a better latter part of career than Leonard.
Okay. All right, my bad. You know what? I was close. I thought I just my fighting in classes. James Toney fought in 5 different weight classes. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's why I threw him in there, because I knew he went to like multiple weight classes. But you talking about so Hearns won 6 titles and 6 different weight. That's dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cause see, when you talk about all-time great, they never mention Hearns. I told people like that. And then plus what Hearns did with the late great Emmanuel Stewart, the trainer. I think one of the best trainers ever. No, the best trainer ever is Harry Wiley. I'm putting it out there. Y'all will know more about that. But right next to him is Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart, what he had done, he changed Hearns around to learn to be a boxer puncher. Learn to go to the body. He always been to the body. And he been knocking. So latter part of his career, how he win them champions. When he won the champion, he did always had a right, but he was knocking people in the left hand, going to the body. So he really invented himself and he adapt to it. As Sugar Ray Leonard, he didn't. There's a big difference.
Versatility work. Yeah, that's what's up. Yep.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? You got a lot of trolls tonight, man. What you doing,
man,
JT? Who you pissed off?
I ain't pissed on nobody. Somebody need to get him out.
Yeah, I got one of my Tone Snipe one. I got one.
Yeah, I got one low key while I was on the panel. Yeah.
God damn, man. That's crazy.
That means you doing something right. You doing something right, bro. That's all. JT.
I know. That's good.
I know. Yeah.
I'm happy. Thank you. I'm glad I got your attention. Thank you.
More hate. Bring more hate. Yeah.
Bring more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. But again, let me introduce my channel. My channel is the Underrated Darkness. Yours truly. This is the #1 grinder. One of the best case secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. That's who I am. We got my brother Jay Sean, Toe Malone, the one and only, the professor of our community, brother out the style. Then we got brother Sheed right here. And I hope we get some more to come. We are celebrating the life of the late great Marvin Hagler. He's been undisputed middleweight for 7 years. That is very unheard of. He is the people's champion. Like Jay Shaw from Brooklyn, New York, as I am. He was our champion. He was a black man. He fought for struggle. Everything that is in a black man, that Marvin Hagler was. So when I got the news about a little over an hour ago, it hurt. Because when I was going through my thing in the 1980s, I looked at Marvin Hagler and I see him, I said, yeah, I can push on. And I think that us as black men tonight, we need to be respected. Because that's our hero right there. So each brother on this panel and the ones hopefully be coming in, that's our champion. That's ours. I know that's for the boxing world. Yes, we got it, but that's our champion, our people. That's our champion right there. Just
Hey,
as Muhammad.
you ain't got to explain yourself, man. When these cats,
No.
they
I
cheer
got to
on,
say. No,
they
I
cheer on
got
their
to
white
say
boys all the
this.
time, man. They
No,
cheer
I
on
understand that.
Beckham
No,
and you know
I
and
got. I get it, but I got to say this because I
yeah,
want to say it. I got to say it. Just as Muhammad Ali, just as Sugar Ray Robinson, just as others. You hear what I'm saying? So it means something means a lot to us as a people, and that conversation needs to happen more. And so we're gonna. But I understand you. I got you, Jay Sean. I got you.
yeah,
Brother C, what's good?
Can you hear me now?
yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
man. We
here.
here. We
We
here,
here.
man. That's the thing. We pushing it. Hey, I was looking at the brother, man, and didn't he lose to Sugar Ray Leonard
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Controversial. They
in
said.
about yeah. But I mean, when it come down to it, man, this guy he moved a certain way. He did his thing in the boxing, and I think he's from Jersey up that way.
No, he's from Brockton, Mass.
Oh, I thought he's from Jersey.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I stand corrected. But yeah, man. But
No,
we
pardon
got.
me. I believe he was born in Jersey, but he was raised in Massachusetts, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. But the whole thing, when it come down to it, man, we gotta respect this man. He did his thing in the industry. You know, put on for us. As men. Even with the lot of guys that's alive. That Sugar Ray, all the other guys from back in the day. He was a contender with them. We can't give him his flowers while he alive because he just passed. But the whole thing is giving the recognition, man. And as black men, we gotta kind of push that narrative to start reaching out to looking for each other, working with each other.
Good. Now, Tone, ask him the question that you asked us, please, before we continue.
Oh, who do you think are the best fighters of all time of all weight classes? Pretty much the heavyweight class. Well, I said heavyweight and lightweight. But if you want to give me the best of all classes, that's up to you.
Well, everybody gonna say the norm is Mayweather and Tyson. You know, those are the top contenders. But I don't know, man. Even with Lennox, I like his style. Even though he kind of read from Tyson to a certain extent, to the point where he kept giving excuses and stuff about fighting with him and everything. But I'm still gonna say Tyson and Mayweather because of the record. You have. I mean, we can go as far as back. What's the name? What's Joe Johnson? We can go as far as back as that, but as far as everybody knowing the standards now, it's just them two.
Hey, those are good selections, man. I can't argue that too much. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let me ask you. Start from Art. Brother Art, what the late great Marvin Hagler mean to you? And then we go hit Jay Sean. They're gonna hit Tom Malone and she. We here. And we're gonna keep it going.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so the thing, okay, foi. Okay, so the thing is that does anybody recall hearing any kind of controversial news about his life or any scandals or anything?
Nope.
Nope.
I
Nope.
haven't either. So the thing is, part of the place. That's the thing. I have to really give him big ups because most of the time, people always had these scandals about, drinking and having accidents and messing around with drugs, stuff like that. This dude, and the thing is, the thing I really appreciate about the dude, he jokes about it, but the fact that he stayed bald and stayed masculine, that was a standard. I think he set. I think that was the thing. He was bald before Jordan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's one of my takeaways. Because other than that, the dude already exemplified one of your top boxing styles ever when it comes to especially power. His whole thing was about power. You know, you get hit, you gonna feel that. So that's what I take on it.
Hey, I'm younger than the whole panel, but I respect y'all expertise and I'm gonna trust y'all judgment on the past boxers. That's all. Yeah.
I mean, look, the brother only had three, 4 losses his whole career. You know, how many fights did Hagler fight? I know he fought like over 50 fights.
He's 62,
Mhm.
3, 2 no counts, and 52 by knockout.
Wow, that's incredible. So out of 62 wins, 52 knockouts, man. This is a hard working dude, man. That's what Hagler meant to me. Hard work. He was just a hard working guy. He didn't talk much. He didn't build his reputation off of, you know how a lot of dudes do off out of the ring antics, talking smack,
Mm-hmm.
to build up the fight. You wanted to see him because you knew it was going to be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? His fighting built up his reputation and his height. His height was built on the fact that he was going to go in there and go toe to toe with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hagler fights were always exciting. I would, like I said, I recommend first fight you got to watch. So Hagler, if you've never seen a Hagler fight, is you got to watch Hagler Hearns. Then you got to watch Hagler Duran. You know what I mean? And if you want to watch another fight from that era, you got to watch Leonard versus Hearns. But anyway, and that Hagler Leonard fight wasn't a bad fight neither. I know it was a close fight, but you know, I think Leonard won the fight. A lot of people think Hagler won the fight. I remember old dudes back in the day arguing over that shit. you know, um, but when I watched it, I thought Leonard won. But it's teachers on. I just think Leonard outscored him. But Hagler, man, was one of a kind. He was from a incredible era of boxing. That a lot of cats just don't know nothing about. And I'm saying, you got YouTube now. Go watch that shit. Go put your headphones on, sit down somewhere in your laptop and watch, or on your tablet and watch a Hagler Hearns fight. Watch a Hagler Duran fight. You know what I mean? And then you see what we're talking about.
Exactly. Let me get this up. Life with Felicia Michelle. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks, sweetie. Thanks for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want you to go check out her channel. She got an excellent channel. Always talk about positive. Thanks for showing up. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Doctors. Yours truly, the #1 grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that. The best of the business. Anybody that wants to donate, I do got a cash app, $ capital JT 53000. Also, I do have my PayPal, paypal.me / all in caps JT Black 53. So if you want to donate, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Jay Sean, same question as I asked brother Art.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What did Marvin Hagler mean to you?
Hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Hard work, man. And he was definitely a temple of masculinity. You know what I mean? To me, he represented what black men used to be like. How we walked and how we carried ourselves, and he carried that pride into the ring. And he's just going to be a great for that. I got mad now. I got to get some artwork and put on the wall now, because I wasn't even thinking about the brother like that, like I should have, until he passed away, which is I'm ashamed to say, but he's somebody who should be on the wall. He's a great. He's a guy that went in there and did what he had to do. He did it quietly, and he worked hard, man. The guy's body was always in shape. The same thing I just got on Bo about. That wasn't Hagler. Hagler was going to be ready, so he's always prepared, and he always gave his best, man. So, and that's the example he sets for me, somebody who's a hard worker.
Okay. Tom Malone, please.
Since I'm the youngest out of all the fellas on the panel, from what I seen from Hagler, Hagler was a beast, man. That's all I can say. But y'all got the expertise on this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
He went hard.
Huh? Okay. What Hagler means to me, there's a lot of things I could say, but I'm gonna say sure. What Hagler means to me that he didn't duck nobody. He took it as it is. He fought. He did a lot of injustices even years before that, and he always reinvent himself. I think that that's the thing that what impressed me about um other fighters that even see in the past. He was a throwback fighter to me. He really was. He just fought. He know he knew how to switch up. He was the thing. He was his IQ. I think a lot of people don't talk about his IQ. His IQ as boxer is incredible. He know how to set his punches up. He know what you're doing before you know. And those are the greats that the other greats that you see in boxing in the past. So that's really impressed me about, he reminded me a little bit of Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano, he fought, he just come at you. It's just that Marvin Hagler, to me, it just was more skilled than Rocky Marciano. And also Rocky Marciano, he did retire 49-0 as a heavyweight champion. I believe he died in a car. He died in a plane crash back in 1969. So, but he had heart and everything, and so that's what Marvin Hagler means to me. Okay. Again. We are celebrating the life of the late great marvelous Marvin Hagler. It's hard to say that, but it is true. He did pass away at home in New Hampshire. I believe his wife had found him. The link of the story is from ESPN. It's in the chat, so y'all can go see it if you go see it. And also there's other things. Now,
I had a question for you, JT.
yes, sir. Go ahead.
What do you think would have happened if Hagler had fought Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, say 7 years earlier? Because a lot of people don't know this, but when he fought, Duran and Hearns and Sugar Ray, that was like in a 4-year period. But he was already boxing for like 10 years. You know what I mean? He was a veteran.
Right.
Hagler wasn't a young dude. Yeah, he wasn't a young man when he fought these cats. You know what I mean? So he was fighting the top. You know what I'm saying? The cream of the crop at a later age in his life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people give him credit for that. So I was just curious. What do you think would have happened to say, I think he fought Sugar Ray in 87. So say he fought Sugar Ray in 80, say 82.
So that means you asked Sugar Ray Leonard to come up to the middleweight, and I don't think at that time Sugar Ray Leonard he wasn't big enough, and he was not mentally ready. I think the
That
only
would have been hard.
yeah, that would have been very hard. And then you think about Hearns. Hearns did have the body, but at the time, they would they see at that time. That's actually quite because at that time, Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns, they was at that time they wanted to unify the welterweight, division. A lot of people want to unify it. A lot of people didn't understand that. What they had to go to. Then you got Duran and stuff like that. So what I'm saying, like, I think that you got to get an edge to Hagler because at that time, like you said, he been in the game. You think about it, going on 10 years. That's a lot, like that's a lot and everything. You gotta understand. You gotta understand when he won the champion, when he became a champion, he been in boxing almost 8 years.
I gotta look this up. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm looking it up now. See, I didn't know this. I didn't know. So I'm learning a lot right now. I did not know Hagler, Sugar Ray was his last fight.
Yeah, that was his last fight, right?
So check this out. So Hagler's first fight was in May 1973, boss. 1973. His first loss was in his 27th fight against some cat named Bobby Watts in 1976.
76.
And he lost again in 1970. So 1976 was just a bad year for him. He lost twice. But then he didn't lose no more fights until he got to Sugar Ray Leonard, and that was a 67th fight. This dude's a warrior.
Right.
This dude's a warrior, man. I'm looking at this man's record right now. This is crazy. It's all green wins, one draw at his 18th fight. He lost his 27th or 29th fight. All that, both was in 76. Then he had a draw in 79. And this dude ain't lost a fight. He had 67 fights, man, from May 1973 to 1987. And this man only has 3 losses on his record. 2 of them happened in the same year. He probably was going through something because he seemed like he lost to some bums too. You know what I mean? And then the last time he lost was to Leonard. He didn't lose to Hearns. He didn't lose to Duran, and he was an older man. Yo, Hagler's that dude. No one talks about it. I'm glad you're doing this live stream. He needs to get respect.
Yeah. And the thing, and think about it. The thing about that, a lot of people understand that he got jerked in 79. That's like 6 years. 6 years. Okay, he got jerked in 79. Then they gave him I think he had another fight, a tune-up. Then he fought Alimenta. That's I was talking about almost an hour ago in 1980 in Britain, and in the way that he destroyed him, and that's when they was throwing bottles and all that to him. He didn't really get a chance to really enjoy that championship. So that's when during the times in 79, when they said that he lost and stuff like that, that's what he said. From now on, he put his fist up. I have to win with these because the judge is not going to give me a break. And that's what happened. That's when the reinvention started coming. That's what people say, oh, he fought Southpaw and everything. But he started for orthodoxy. He could knock people orthodox and everything. But everybody know as Southpaw, he started reinvent himself. Because it seems like he can like what you was reading about Jay Sean, he was not getting no breaks. So that's when he just went on this winning streak, this streak for years. This one, people, I want you to understand, from 79 to 87, he have not lost until
no. From June 76.
Oh, 76. I'm pardon.
Yeah, that's the last time he lost was in March.
That's the last time he lost to 87. So that's 11 years, family.
That's crazy.
11.
That's crazy.
And then top of that, in the 80s, he defended his title, the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA from 1980 to 87. That ain't gonna never be done. Nah.
And when he did them 2 losses he had in the 76 too, by the way, he fought like back to back. He fought a fight in January. He had another fight. This is how motherfuckers used to fight back in the day too, by the way. He fought a fight in January. Then his next fight was in February. And he had another fight in March.
Yeah.
And then his next fight after that was in June. And like you said, from June 2nd, 1976, he didn't lose no more fights. And those 2 fights he lost one in January. He lost one in March. He won the one in February. And the one he lost in March was a unanimous decision. But the one in January was a majority decision. So he got at least one of the judges to give him the fight. This guy was incredible, man. And he fought in a brutal time, too. A lot of cheating, a lot of scumbags running the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was a lot of dirty shit going on in boxing in the 80s.
Yeah, and also the boxing back then was very competitive.
Yeah, it was. Cats was fighting for peanuts too.
Well, like that for thousands of dollars, y'all.
No,
It wasn't even millions. They didn't fought for no million. If you get $1 million or $2 million, that means it's great. For that time, they was fighting for thousands.
Yeah.
And that too, that actually that he was bitter too, because he didn't get the top money that he should as an undisputed champion. Sugar Ray Leonard was getting it. You got other people. You got Durant was getting it. And he was bitter about it because I'm undisputed. I didn't run, and that was the thing about that he was bitter of Sugar Ray Leonard because he felt that he didn't fight him the way that Hearns did. If you noticed, I told people, if you noticed that he gave Hearns props because Hearns stand up to him. He fought him despite he knocked him out and everything. But I could tell you one thing, he rather talk to Hearns than Sugar Ray Leonard.
It was a pretty it's that pretty boy thing too, that dynamic, because you got to remember Sugar Ray Leonard, for some reason they kept putting him next to Leon Isaac Kennedy. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They called him too sweet. If anybody remember Penitentiary. And so
Yes.
you have that dynamic, because that's why I was repping the ball head, because remember Duke, what's his name? Was it Do Dirty in the movie? Was it the Ernie Hudson character? Wasn't that Do Dirty, or was it Half Dead? I think it was Half Dead. Y'all don't remember, huh? Anyhow,
I remember.
because everybody's quiet, like looking in the air, like. But it seemed like they kept playing that narrative, and that's probably where that bitterness comes from. To where, even though I'm good, you're gonna try to give the edge to the pretty boy. I think that Hearns had a piece of that as well. He had to face that. So in sports in general, for some reason, they was really trying to, push that. That's why when you hear them associated with some kind of Hollywood narrative, they're gonna throw that in there. And Sugar Ray wasn't. He was definitely a friend of Hollywood. I give him that. Even though he a DC native, right? But he spent a lot of time out here in Los Angeles. Him and what was his wife name? Was it June or something, or Juanita? Juanita.
A lot of people gonna say, though, to push back on what I was saying earlier, they're gonna say, well, Hagler might have started 4 years before Sugar Ray, but he was only 2 years older than Sugar Ray. Look, man, that man had twice as many fights as Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray only had like 30-something fights in his career. People don't know that.
Yeah, they were marketing Sugar Ray. If anybody remember, they were really marketing that commercial.
Yeah, they was. Yeah, commercials, everything.
They didn't do that to Hagler.
They didn't do that to Hagler.
That was Hagler's 67 fight, and when he fought Leonard, that was only Leonard's 35th fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this guy got damn near double the amount of fights on his body already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he was fighting, like I said, every other month when he was fighting back then. I'm looking at Leonard right now, man. Leonard back in his old days, in '79, he fought a lot of fights in the '70s. But when he got stardom, you can tell. You can tell when he was fighting, when he started fighting. Now, when he started fighting in those little civic centers in Baltimore, Maryland, and Utica, and New York, and all that shit. And as soon as he hit Landover and Vegas, Nevada, he ain't fighting but 2 times a year.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't give Leonard props. I mean, Hagler props, man. Hagler was one of those guys, man. One of those guys for real. And a lot of people probably put Leonard over him, and I don't think you should do that. That's unfair.
I think, and I think what it is though, too, you gotta understand though, too, that the last 40 years they did not did no justice a late great champion like Marvin Hagler. You got a lot of fanboys out here. There's not hardcore sports critics, fans anymore. I call them microwave. I call them the last 40 years. They in the microwave world. They don't go back and check out the great champions back in the day. They don't talk about Hagler. They do not talk about
Hearns.
Talk about Hearns. They don't talk about Carlos Monsoon, a great Mexican, Julio Charlo Chavez. They don't want to talk about it because these are champions. Even we can go back to. They don't do their homework. I do my homework. I know that, and everything is though too. So and it's sad because A lot of them, I don't know, they got problems. I don't know. You need a hug from your father or something. I don't understand. You sucking on your mother's titty or something. I don't know. They really really emotional of some of these fighters because these fighters of today they don't want to fight. They don't want to unify titles. They don't want tough fights.
Yeah.
That's what we was raised as, tough fights. They need, they to me it's frustrating. I'm like, come on, all right. There's a lot of fighters that is in the Hall of Fame with more than one or two losses. They seem like they scared to get a loss. It don't make it so when you get a loss. Sometimes there are some fighters, even they had like 4 or 5 losses. Sometimes they become greater.
Yeah, like Muhammad Ali. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They become greater.
Yeah. Because you fighting against other greats, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah.
They don't want to test that this day. That they don't want to test that.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
I agree with you. I agree with you, man. But hey, let me hop over here. It's like 4 in the morning.
Thank you.
Man,
All right, thank you. I
I just want to
appreciate
come,
that.
man, and give my props to Hagler. It's a good topic, man. Good to talk to you again, JT. Art, you my brother.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna catch you cats on the next one. Peace out and rest in peace to the marvelous Marvin Hagler.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. We gonna keep this. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Hello?
Leo Power.
Oh, okay.
Respect,
Yeah, so
man, Marvin Hagler. Because I've been like, as you can hear, I'm Chef Boy, our husband right now, trying to cook
okay.
and,
Okay.
you know,
Thank you.
I'm
I
gonna show
appreciate
you.
that.
I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how I get down, fam. What's that? What's that right there? What's that?
Oh,
That's
no,
a
no,
blue.
don't do it.
That's a blueberry
I see.
cheese pie. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
We got like some,
okay.
some chicken breast right there. We got the fish
Oh,
right here, brother. This
okay,
how we
okay,
do it over here
okay.
in the
Now
house
they
of
did.
art.
Okay, 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 okay. Now you
This is
gonna have
how
me
we
pull
do
out
it,
me.
fam.
You gonna make me do my move bang. You gonna make me pull out my swords now. All right, now. I said like a child. I appreciate you, but thanks for stopping in. Very much appreciated, bro.
No, man, yeah. Because every time you go on, man, I'm either in the middle of a lecture or something. So I have to fight to
Yeah,
make sure I get on this panel.
yeah. You
So
got on
I
it.
mean,
Yeah,
much
you got
respect
on
to
it.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go this stuff off and getting stared at right now.
Okay.
So yeah, we're hungry over here.
Okay, tell everybody to hop in. Thank you so much. I want you to go support Jay Sean Rand. I want you to go support my brother right here. Very much appreciate. Please support.
All right, take care, good brother.
You do say thank you. Appreciate you, friend. All right. Okay, dog. I'm gonna wait around and be here a few more minutes. If nobody don't come, who knows? Toma. Also, that's another name you need to check another channel. Check out Tone Malone. So we're gonna stay here. I know this is a brief moment. I know there's fights is on tonight on Showtime, on the Zone and Fox. So there are some fights, so that's why you don't probably see nobody on here and everything. But I'm gonna probably stay here like a few more minutes and stuff. And but yeah, man, it's sad. It's a sad day for the boxing world. Sad day for the world. No, another great gone, man. No, I not see some people they talking about. Oh, you talking about black fighters? It's like, but we never say nothing. Y'all talk about your fighters. And when I said he's a people's champion, that be he represent for all. But every time when we say that he fight for us and everything, he resonate with us. So I see your fanboys. Y'all got a problem with it. But I say to y'all, get over it. The constant disrespect of the black boxer is bad enough they have to go through it decades ago. We still go through it right now. And we cannot say what Marvel's Marvel had mean to us as a people. Nah, doesn't work this way. Forget all that. He's a people's champion. If you don't know what that means I don't know what world you what world you all about. Tom Malone, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jay Sean, thank you as always, brother. Peace, thank you. Thank you, Tom Malone. Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm just trying to chill, stay here for a few more minutes. See anybody that I did put the link. I did send the link out though. And see who's gonna want to get on and stuff like that. But it was a spare in the moment and you know. But yeah. He was So I know they're gonna do something special in boxing. And I know the fighters out there is very it's hurting right now. It's hurting right now, you know. Our condolences. I'm gonna dedicate this live to the late great. We talk about Marvin Hagler, no doubt, but I'm gonna dedicate this to the late great Harry Wiley, the greatest trainer ever. Technically, could have been. Okay, it was talk about he's the greatest promoter ever. Harry Wiley. So, son Harry Wiley out there, the, under, the number one grinder is going to dedicate this live to the late great your father Harry Wiley. And you will hear more about him in the near future. Great man. Great man. When I look at Marvin Hagler and the toughness and all that, I think of Harry Wiley. You know? Again, we not we they refuse to acknowledge our contribution. Well, mm-mm-mm. Wow. Woo. That's why one of the reasons that our people and especially black men, we have to fight hard. We still got to be relevant, you know, because Marvin Hagler want us to be of his example. He took care of his family. Like brother Art said, he was nothing bad said about him. So again, I will dedicate. We talk with Marvin Hagler. He the class by himself, but I'm going to dedicate this live also to the late great Harry Riley, one of the best trained boxing trainers ever. Hmm. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for a few minutes, see anybody that could come on. If not, I'm shutting this down. But I can't imagine how other boxers feeling right now. I know they sick to their stomach because that's their hero. You know. If you don't know about the late great marvelous Marvin Hagler, something wrong with you. What's going on? Glad you be here. I had a little problem that happened. Somebody jumped on the panel and he was very disrespectful. I just like that. Yeah, he just got off and so I just want to apologize for that. I run my channel a certain way, and I cannot have anybody be out of order. That's not happening like that. You know. Again, this is my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. That's who I am. And I'm going to end this now. I'm glad. Thank you, Tom Malone. Thank you, Jay Shine. Thank you, brother Art the Style. Thank your brothers to get on. Hold on, maybe let me see something. Let me see a little something. Hey, Waspar, what's going on? Hey, what's good? What's good with you? You want to come up? You want to come to the panel? Let me know, brother. Waspar, you want to come to the panel? Let me know. Glad you came back. Glad you came back, Tom Malone. If you want to get on Waspar, let me know. I send the link. Oh, that's right. He's on already. Oh.
How you doing, my brother from London? I'm, showing you the support from England, man. How you been?
Man, I've been all right, man. I've been grinding. What's good with you, homie?
Yeah, man. I woke up out of bed, man, and I'm upset, bro. I'm sad. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tell the people what Marvelous Marvin Hagler mean to you, bro. Dang.
Well, let me just tell you this, Underrated. I did a lot of research about Marvin Hagler because, he's 15, 20 years ahead of my time. And I did a lot of research on him. And I'm going to be honest, the last few weeks, I've been talking about him. I don't know how, but I've been going on channels and just talking about comparing him to Errol Spence and just, talking about Hagler. And Hagler's been coming up. But to be honest, to me, Hagler was more than boxing. Because when I see Hagler's story, and if you want me to chop it up a bit, I do know a little bit of history. And Hagler's dad abandoned him when he was a kid, man.
Yeah.
This man never had nobody to look up to, bro. He had to believe in himself. And Hagler, Hagler, you know, one thing about him, he never gave given a sugar spoon. He was never given a spoon in the sport. They always made it tough for him. Like, let me just give you an example. When Sugar Ray Leonard came to the sport, they gave him millions. They gave him all the endorsements. They pushed him. They put him high in the rankings. This guy, Marvin Hagler, had 40 fights, and they still never helped him.
Never helped him. We talked about that earlier, too, but you can go on. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, bro. And you know, the way that he came in the hard way, they were using him as a stepping stone in the beginning. But because Hagler was so good and he believed in himself, he kept climbing that ladder. They couldn't refuse him at the end. And that's when marvelous Marvin Hagler arrived. When he beat our man, Alan Minter. Let me tell you, in that time, there was a lot of racism, more than what it is now.
Why? I talked about that too earlier. Go ahead, bro.
And you see how he came to England at a time where the brother came to England when they were being racist towards him, bro. And this guy came to England with all the people against him in that stadium, right? They were swearing at him. They were talking to him like they were calling him all the fucking names. He didn't give a fuck. He went in there and he destroyed that man. And when he destroyed him, they started throwing bottles at him. They never even let him get his world title, bro, in the ring. But you remember that?
Thank you. I remember that. Yeah. How old are you was then?
Bro, I'm doing my history. I'm in my 30s. So you can see how much history I've done.
Oh, yeah. I was 14 when I was going on 14 when that happened. I seen it on TV.
Yeah, bro. I was born in the 80s, so I don't even think I was here.
Okay. But let me tell you, when I seen it, I'm talking about as a black man, you know, when they throw bottles, they were throwing bottle cans. And say like you said, he didn't get a chance to really enjoy the title. And I remember I looked at TV, I said, and it was crazy because people don't understand. He already fought. He already been a pro almost 8 years.
Yes,
And
crazy.
and he had to go through that. You know, your first title, you can't even enjoy. You really want to, and so it's.
I just want to share some knowledge though.
Yeah,
with the young,
go ahead, bro.
The young people. That Marvin Hagler could train in different ways. This guy was a superb athlete. He could fight in southpaw. He could fight in orthodox. This guy could fight in the pocket. He could fight moving his legs. This guy had it all. He had a granite chin. And let's not forget, people who done a research about him, and they said that the doctors, they checked him out. They said his head is one of the strongest heads, that they documented this. And they said that Marvin Hagler, he's got this muscle around his head where he had a half an inch of a muscle around his head, and it's documented. I researched it. And just to see the ferociousness in this man, and just an athlete, where the times that they were fighting 15 rounds one day.
Right, 15 rounds, yeah.
And they were weighing in the same day.
Yeah.
This guy would have, I'm sorry to say, I love Errol. I love Terence Crawford. I love all these guys who came after him. But they're never going to be another Marvin Hagler, ever.
Never. Nah. And you got to think about back then. You know, back then they fought for peanuts too. Bob had fought for peanuts.
Yeah, man. And I think at the end of the day, Marvin knew that the sport did not help him. Marvin knew that the sport were playing him. But at the same time, he took what was his. And, let's be honest, though, bro. I love Sugar Ray, but they made everything easy for Sugar Ray.
Oh, we talked about that too early. We did. We talked about that earlier. Yeah, they make everything easy for Sugar Ray. Yeah. But if you notice though, when Marvin Harry, he got more respect for Hearns than Leonard.
Facts, but let me just tell you this. When the Mugabe fight, Mugabe fight, there's something documented on Google. They said that Marvin Hagler had an injury, but he didn't really say much about it, right? But in the Mugabe fight, he wasn't at his best, but he knocked Mugabe out. And then let's not forget, when Sugar Ray Leonard fought him, Sugar Ray Leonard's body was at rest for 2 years while Marvin Hagler was constantly in battles.
Right.
And then they made Marvin Hagler become inactive for 15 months as well. You guys don't forget, that was the first time that Marvin Hagler was inactive while Sugar Ray Leonard was playing with the contracts. They were keeping him back. And when they decided to make the fight, they left it long enough to also recognize that Marvin Hagler was inactive. And that fight, I watched it, funny enough, 2 weeks ago, again, just to score the fight. And I can't score it more than 1 round to Hagler or a draw. Now, that's me watching it. Okay? Because I like a fighter who's aggressive. I like a fighter who sets his tone. I like a fighter who keeps coming forward. Now, you can fight from the back foot, but if you're not hurting me and Marvin Hagler's constantly punching your arms, punching your chest, they still score points. So for me, even that fight, I don't see Marvin Hagler how he lost. It should have been a draw at worst. Because let's be honest, Sugar Ray Leonard never took it from the champion. You got to take it from him. He never took it from Marvin Hagler. That's just the way I see it. Because when you fight somebody, you're meant to go in there and take it away from the man. And that didn't happen for me. But again, the best fight I've ever seen was a war with Thomas Hitman Hearns and Marvin Hagler. I've never seen anything like that. That's a street fight. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
I'm just saying, bro, when they told Marvin Hagler, your eyes fucked up, and the referee came over and said, I might stop this, Marvin Hagler came out and lost all the game plan. And in the 3rd round, he came like a street warrior. And he just knocked him out, bro. He was willing to get knocked out. And that just tells me so much about that man, yeah, that he inspires me. And that's the reason why I came on your panel. Not only because I didn't want to come and support you. I haven't seen you for a long time, but I ain't been doing much panels because I've been busy. But
I got you.
But Marvin Hagler, man, I'm upset, though. I'm going to be honest. As much as I'm saying it, rest in peace and everything, I kind of got up, and when I saw that, I'm up, kind of got a little bit upset. And never normally happens to me.
Yeah, I'm upset too. I really was upset because I read it, and I was like, "What? What do you mean that he's gone?" And I was like, because I remember, and then to go back to Sugar Ray Leonard too, and it should, and what the disrespect that he didn't want to run it back.
Yeah, man.
He didn't want to run it back. That leave a taste in my mouth. And I ain't mean to switch something. Now after '87, and then remember Hearns fought Sugar Ray Leonard, and even Hearns got jerk over that. But that I'm about to talk about that. I'm gonna talk about Hearns in the near future too. Hearns need to put some respect. But we're gonna stick to the late great marvelous Marvin Hagler, undisputed for 7 years.
Okay, I've got something exclusive. Somebody reached out to me from America at 73-year-old man, and I put a video up about Marvin Hagler, and he grew up to Marvin Hagler. He met him. He's coming online tomorrow. I would love for you to come.
You got my email?
No, but you're going to give it to me now. And
yes, sir.
I'm going to make a video with this guy who actually grew up to Marvin Hagler. So I would love for this man to come because it was his era. You know what I mean? That was his Errol Spence. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
right.
That was everything to this man. And this man reached out to me and he said he'd love to speak about him tomorrow. So I'm going to invite you when I do this video with him and put respect on Marvin Hagler's name tomorrow.
42. Yeah, have you heard anything from Black Star?
No, I haven't been around on the panels as much. I've been doing some stuff in boxing, and I've been helping the amateurs, and also I've got a friend. I've got a friend that I'm connected with, which is giving me some work. But I'll tell you what that's about later. But again, there's a big fight going on in a bit. I just woke up out of bed. It's Estrada versus Chocolito.
Okay.
I'm gonna be watching that, and then I'm gonna watch the David Benavidez fight.
Yeah, Benavidez gotta win. Oh yeah, there goes my email right in the chat, brother. Copy it down.
Let me do that. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy it now. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Copy it now. Copy, done. Yeah, and it'd be great to cook it up with you. I haven't catched up with you guys. There's a lot happened since I seen you 2 months ago, since I've been chopping it up with you guys. But look, marvelous. Marvin, Hagler, my condolences goes to his family. And I still can't believe we've lost him. I just
can't believe it. No, we can't. We can't. Yeah.
I mean, you think about the four kings. The four kings, Roberto Duran, Thomas Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Marvin Hagler. It doesn't feel like the four kings anymore.
It doesn't.
Because he was the four kings. He was the main king.
Yeah.
And, he went out of all four of them. Sad, man. It's sad, bro, because you have to understand I'm a hardcore. I'm in the boxing game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And how many young boys talk to me, and when they grow up, they say, hey, I just watched Marvin Hagler, bro. He was a warrior. And these talks happen every other week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then just to hear today, we've lost him. And now they're saying that we lost him due to, I've just heard a report to say that there was something, the vaccine gave him some issues or something.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that's true, that the vaccine, it didn't.
What I read, Brother Wallstar, that they say he was short of breath. That's all I read.
But now they're reporting that he had a vaccine a few days before that. See, the problem I've got, I can never expect a man like Marvin Hagler to leave before the Four Kings. I just didn't expect that. I mean, Roberto Duran's older than all of them.
Yeah.
And, I love Roberto Duran. I met him in America a few times, but he don't take care of himself. He's always drinking, brother. He's always been, he had a bad issue after the sport. He's been drinking. He hasn't been taking care of himself. And Marvin Hagler has been taking care of himself.
I could see, what, before he passed, I talked about a few years ago. They said, man, which fighter you think could live to see 100? I said, Marvin Hagler. I believe he could live to see 100. I believe he had all his functions. I believe he go up and I can see him going and show the kids, hey, this how you move like that, like he was doing a few years ago. I remember I was watching one time. He was in Italy, and I was on the internet, and he was showing kids, this how you throw it. Dude, that's all right. And I remember with these few guys was hot screaming, hey man, yo, don't scream at them. This how you throw it. All right. And he threw it. And you should see how they said Marvin Hagler. He said, you keep on working, you're gonna be champ one day like them. I never forget, it was Italy. It was three black boys. And you'd be surprised that he said, yo, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the champ, he talked to me. But I'm saying, as a grown man see that, I was in tears. That's how much he meant to us as black men around the world. That's what he meant to us. What Wapstar was talking about.
Wow. I mean, it's so nice
man.
to see you talking about him, bro, because all my friends in the YouTube, they haven't made much of a channel about him because they're a bit younger than him, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just so glad that you are here to share the knowledge for Marvin Hagler. I might go online in a couple hours after the boxing and talk about Hagler for a bit. So if you're around, I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
man.
Got it. You got it.
Yeah, I've got your email, right? So what I might go online after all the boxing and talk about Hagler for about 15-20 minutes for the people,
Oh yeah, a Wapstar too. You know what? This is the underrated. This the underrated boxing talk number 18.
What do you mean? This is the 18th show?
18th show of boxing. Yes, it is.
Amazing. Hey, listen, I'd just like to say to the chat, there's all the rage. George Page says, "Oh my God, Marvin Hagler has
Yes.
passed away."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, George. Yes.
and I want to say,
He's right.
Tone Malone, great stream, the underrated darkness. Rest in peace to Marvin Hagler. But we'll never, ever, ever get a fighter with the tenacity, with the ferociousness, with the granite chin, with the man who was stubborn. Let's not forget, Marvin Hagler did it his own way at the end. He did. Because he said, "Go fuck you all. You wasn't there for me when I wanted to be something. You never gave me the red carpet. But now that I made it, I'm believing in myself." And Marvin Hagler was never a yes man. Never. He never sold his soul for any corporation, any advertising. He did it because he wanted to do those things. And one thing I love about Marvin Hagler, he represented the brotherhood in a different way. I love Sugar Ray Leonard, but Sugar Ray Leonard was a corporate man.
Oh,
Sugar Ray Leonard was a
business. He's a sucker. He's a sucker, yeah.
Yeah, but Marvin Hagler, he stood true to his fucking soul. And there's a documentary. You know how many people in England, they cried for Marvin Hagler. They made friends with Marvin Hagler. And Marvin Hagler became to love England. It's on a documentary. He said, I forgive my English brothers. Because he goes, I don't blame them for what happened. But he goes, now they love me and I love them. I watched it just a little while ago before I came on. He forgave them.
Wow.
Because he said, I was bigger than that. I don't care.
Yeah. Before you continue, let me say this. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. I do got a cash app. It's $capital JT 53000. Let me say it again. Cash app capital $capital JT 53000. Also, I have a PayPal account. It's paypal.me / all in caps JT Black 53. Also, I do have a super chat too if you want to hit something. And I'm with my brother. From London, England, brother Wop Star in the effect here. And George, if you want to get on the panel, or he said give you a minute. All right, we'll give you a few minutes, bro, because after this, after you, we're gonna get off of it. You go and continue, brother.
No, man, I gotta just tell you, bro. At the same time, you know what I mean? We gotta celebrate Marvin Hagler's life. I'm gonna come and see Black Star this week. We hope to celebrate his life. And I think it's down to us to, you know what I mean, keep some momentum going for next week.
Yeah.
For Marvin Hagler. Let's make it happen. Me, you, Black Star. I'm gonna reach out to him and let's do a couple of shows next week. And
I think I think on what I'm going to do, I'm gonna see how much room I got the title. I probably put this part 1, then I'm gonna do part 2. You know what I mean? Yeah, we gotta keep this going because I know people ain't gonna come tonight because there's matches, there's boxing is on tonight.
Fights are on fights are on different channels today.
Right, yeah. So you got Benavidez and others, so I know they're not gonna really come on tonight. But I just feel that tonight I gotta do it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't blame you, man.
It's big. It's big. I could talk about those fights next week. To me personally, it's bigger. So I said for it, I put it on.
No, not only that, Marvin Hagler's a situation where I can speak for like the whole 3-4 hours and go starting from where he started. Hopefully, I'm going to go look at some videos now for the next few days just to get a bit more history about Marvin Hagler in my body. Just to educate myself,
Yeah. But the same thing that you really we did talk about earlier. But go dig, man, please. Oh man, you'd be amazed, bro.
Yeah, I never knew Marvin Hagler was abandoned by his dad. I never even knew that.
Yes.
that he was a little kid and he had no one to look up to.
Yeah, but that was not the only person that there was abandoned him too. There's quite a few on the way had abandoned him too. But I'm gonna let you search that out for yourself.
So we better get ready to, celebrate his life and talk about it and let the children know that he never had it easy, bro. He had it so hard. And
He
then
had it all. Yeah, he
he
had it hard
changed it.
all along. Yeah. So you stay right there. We introduce you, George Page, in the house.
Hey, even fellas, even. I just, like I said, I just heard it's about. I just woke up a bit ago, and
Yes.
I heard about this. I mean, my God, it's like he's one of those legends that like when when Joe Frazier passed away, it was kind of like
Yeah.
five, or Ken Norton, or you know or Purnell. I mean, it just a lot of these guys are just legends. I mean, and I remembered I didn't see that fight because we couldn't afford pay per view back then. We were broke. We were poor, not broke. We were poor, and I remember that he beat the hell out of Thomas Hearns,
Yeah.
and then he fought Sugar Ray Leonard, and people feel like he should have won that fight with Sugar because even though Sugar was he's a champion, whatever else. Remember how they cheated Thomas Hearns out of that rematch with a draw, which is was BS. And and he just walked away. He could have had a rematch if he wanted to, but just walked away.
No,
because his integrity meant more to him than any money. They were offering him multi-millions, but his integrity meant a lot more to him. Look, I gotta go. Respect to George, the underrated one. I'm gonna send you the link. We're gonna talk about Marvin Hagler, and I just want to say this: my uncle told me that the 4 kings are left as 3 kings, and those three kings have lost a piece of their heart today because they can only imagine how they must be feeling.
No, but yeah, you can imagine, right?
Because Roberto Duran, Hearns, Ray Leonard, they looked up to Marvin Hagler. They looked up to him. Can you imagine these 3 know that they're going to be soon going next? And they must have felt it. They must have felt it today.
Yeah.
But on that note, man, love, peace to all you guys.
Thank you so much to come to support. Thank you so much, brothers. Very much appreciate it. And send our love to back there too, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my link in your chat right now for my new channel.
Okay, do that.
All right, brother. See you, George. Catch you later.
All righty. Cheerio. Right. Chip.
All right. Now, all right, George. Me and you. Oh, George. Before we continue,
yeah,
are you available tomorrow night at 7:00 p.m.?
Yeah, like if I can make it, Coach have his show about that time. If I might, if it's okay, I might duck out a little early if it's not much. So I'll try to make it.
I gotta know because I don't want to set it up. You ain't showing up. That messed up for me, man.
I don't know, like I said, I'll try to make it. If I have to duck out a little early out of Coach's thing, I'll come to make it because usually he has his at 5.
What time he have his show?
Usually has his around about 5:30, and if it's not too busy, it's same old, I'll swing by over here.
Okay, I'll do it like this. I see. I set it up. I'm trying to get some people. We got to talk about MMA. We talked MMA like almost 3 weeks, so
yeah,
we got to catch it up.
Like one thing is we talk about the other stuff when we have the MMA talk. I'll make sure I come in here and I'll I'll try to catch you up a bit.
Okay. All right. So we talk about nothing. Okay. What Marvin Hagler mean to you?
Well, he's one of the great boxers that in the time. You gotta respect the man for the fact that he walked away from millions from a rematch where you couldn't find a boxer to do it today. Most definitely Floyd Mayweather wouldn't do it, or anybody else right now wouldn't do it. They wouldn't say, what, my respect is more important than money. And you gotta respect that about a man.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. That's all right.
Yeah. And people are going to talk about, like I said, even when people talk about the stuff like that happened in the past, like a situation with his ex-wife
and all the other stuff. But you know what? That's not that important anymore. The man's passed. All the things that he did wrong, you need to put it aside. And like I said, what Rapstar said about him not having a father figure, he had to probably, grow up fast as a kid, because I grew up, my father was in and out. My parents were, well, here, basically like this, my parents were married, but they lived apart, they were together for almost, I think together for over 50 years. And 35 of it, my father lived in New Jersey, my mother was living down here in North Carolina. And I can understand this part. And, a woman can raise a boy, but, to become a man, but, she can't teach him to be a man. Sometimes you got to learn down on your own.
That's true. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have my uncles and my older brother and my grandfather around. And I really appreciate DMD, and I learned from other men in my life, how to become a man, become the man I need to be.
Exactly. Got you. 2 Raw TV, thanks for coming. The one and only Ice Turner Senior. If your brothers wants to come up and say talk about Marvelous Marvin Hagler, you're more than welcome. Okay, because I'm not gonna be here that long, because I'm gonna tie this up and everything. I'm gonna put this on the lid. So 2 Raw TV and Ice Turner, if you want to join the panel, that the link is right in the chat. I'm not again, I'm not gonna be here long. So if y'all want to join, come on up and everything. Man, I first heard about this. I was going through, the internet, going through the thing, and I say, because sometimes it could be host. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
And so I said, so I was going through it and everything, and I said, nah, man. Don't play with me like that, y'all. Nah. Then all of a sudden, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna chime this up. At first, I was gonna do a commentary and that's it, but I said, no, I might as well just do it live, and I just set it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would. I'll probably do a video and probably set up for tomorrow, because I'm already working on some stuff right now. I gotta finish it up, and then gotta get his information and everything else. And he's just not even 70 yet. I mean, he's just still still a young man of his in his late 60s. And you think you would you have enough time. I mean, that's the one thing. It's just death is always around the corner. And like I said, I've told you before that my mother passed a while back, and then it's gonna be week after next. It's gonna be 4 years since my sister, and almost 18 years since my older brother. And it just it just it hits you, especially when somebody's close to you, and then when somebody you heard of, you watch them and growing up, and then just it's just wow.
Yeah, it don't feel right, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just don't feel. It's still like, I'm not gonna say it's unbelievable. I'm just saying that what?
Yeah.
You have to be kidding me. No, not him.
Yeah. Like I said, he's kept private for a long time. Last time I ever saw him in anything was the episode we did 227. And and that was pretty. He took time out and did this TV show, especially it was a all black TV show, and it's not that like it used to be. When coming up.
Yeah. Like I said, 2 Raw TV and Ice Turner. Thank you. Oh, please, thank you, Ice Turner Senior, for the donation. Very much appreciated. I want you to go support 2 Raw for TV, and also Ice Turner Senior, and also support the brother right here, all the Rage George Page, and hey man, he do interview the female bodybuilders too.
No, I got one thing. I am the emperor a female body
Oh,
been
my
talk. I
fault.
have.
Oh, I better say emperor because
That's all right.
he might smack me up. I don't say no emperor now.
No, that's all right. Just all right. My uh servant.
Yeah, he's
He's all
the
right.
emperor. Yeah, so those are channels. Check those. I want y'all to support those channels for us. So we're gonna
Yes.
go. Oh, UK. Okay, okay, I got you, brother. I'm gonna I can't copy it now because I'm on the thing, but I'm definitely gonna get to you. I'm gonna give at least about 2 or 3 more minutes. If nobody's not come to the panel, I'm gonna close this out. And so what else you want to say about him, brother George?
Well, like I say, he was a pretty good fighter. I think he was one of the seriously a tough fighter. And I mean,
Okay.
you know, I remember there was a movie called it was a Schwarzenegger movie. I forgot the name of it. I'm trying to pop. It's in my head. It had Jim Belushi, and he was, if you never heard of Jim Belushi, he's a brother of John Belushi. There was a part where he was patting a guy down and said
Mm-hmm.
he told the guy he was like a marvelous Hagler. He lost money because Hagler beat the guy he betted on, and that's just you're that good when you're talked about in a movie. They put you in a script in a
Mm-hmm.
movie. That's how good you
Mm-hmm.
were. I mean, and like I said, it just seemed like it's been, oh my God, it's been such a long time. It's like, and I'm trying to think of somebody who
Uh-huh.
comes close to him now. I don't think there's no one now there's no one compared to him now. Nobody. The fighters
Yeah.
now, like, Coach, he talks about boxing. He don't talk about as much as he does, like he used to, but, because to me, fighters, they don't fight for legacy anymore. They fight for whatever dollars they can get, and, not fighting fighters they're supposed to fight. And I think he's kind of like, I would say, put in the same ilk as Ali. He fought all comers, win, lose, or draw. And that's the thing is people are afraid to lose, and they take easy fights. A suit
Yeah.
can't fight. So
Yeah.
but he was one of those great ones. I mean, you know, he's I was
Yeah.
up there with the great.
Okay. Last remarks, please. And then after that, I want you to stay there and make my last one because I wanted to close as a family. Last
All right.
remarks, please.
Well, I want to say my condolences to his I don't know if he's still married to that same woman he was married before, but I know his children probably miss him because that's their father. And even though my father and I wasn't as close, I know maybe a few months before he passed, me and him settled our differences. And I think he was a real he one of the greatest boxers that ever had happened to, especially in my era coming up. In the '80s and the late, and I think my condolences to his children and his family, and just just God bless.
All right. I just this is a special underrated boxing talk number 18. We celebrate the life of the late great Marvin Hagler. He had passed away a few hours ago. And what a loss of the boxing family and throughout humanity. And let's learn from this great man that he never quit. He stands for his beliefs. He was a man of integrity. And a little, I know a lot. I know y'all sports um reporters back then. Y'all you never want to say nothing about Marv Hagler, but we gonna say it. He always helped people. Never didn't want the credit, but he always helped people, and he did it because he wants to do it, because he know what it was to not being respected, and that's the thing that I want us to understand. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, he was a humanitarian, and we need to put some respect on his name. So thank y'all for participating. Help us um to celebrate the late great Marvelous Marvin Hagler, undisputed middleweight champ from 1980 to 1987. Plus, he went on a winning streak for 11 years, from 76 to 87. That's unheard of. And George, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, all right, with the information about the MMA, and just let me know. And all right,
All right, I got you, brother. I got you.
and so, whew, what a loss, y'all. Who knows? I might do another one about Marvin Hagler. I don't know, but I want to dedicate. Besides Marvin Hagler, I do want to dedicate this live to the late great trainer Harry Wiley. So salute to you, your son Harry. This I'm dedicate this live to the late great trainer Harry Wiley. And on that note, y'all, whew, this one is Ghost.
All right. Good night.